Welcome to the Simply Sales Podcast. This is where we share and discuss our experiences in the world of sales and business. Each week, we will provide you with actionable content to help you improve your sales game. Thank you for taking the time to listen. We hope you enjoy this episode. Welcome to episode 18 of the Simply Sales Podcast. On this episode, I'd like to share with you something that I discovered today whilst listening to a Facebook Live with Joseph Valente. Now, Joseph is the UK's apprentice winner for Series 11. So if you haven't heard about him, he's doing some great stuff over here in the UK in his company Improgress. So I definitely recommend having a look at him. Well, on this Facebook Live, he talks about the 14 universal laws that govern life on Earth. And he touches on it and basically says, go away and have a look at it on YouTube. And that's exactly what I've done. So I thought, this is some pure firepower here. So I thought I'd share it with you guys. So I hope you enjoy this episode.
The 14 universal laws that govern life on Earth. An excerpt from Milanovich and McCune's book, The Light Shall Set You Free. These are the 14 universal laws that govern life on Earth. If you master these laws, you will have mastered life on the physical level. Nothing on Earth happens unless through these laws. Each law is interconnected and entwined with the next. 1. The Law of Divine Oneness. The first out of the 14 universal laws helps us to understand that we live in a world where everything is connected to everything else. All is energy, and all energy is an extension of source energy. Everything we do, say, think, and believe affects others and the universe around us. We are microcosms of the macrocosm. We are all parts of the same source. 2. The Law of Vibration. This law states that everything in the universe moves, vibrates, and travels in circular patterns. The same principles of vibration in the physical world apply to our thoughts, feelings, desires, and wills in the etheric world. Each sound, word, object, and even thought has its own vibrational frequency, unique unto itself. 3. The Law of Action. The law of action must be applied in order for us to manifest things on Earth. Therefore, we must engage in actions that support our thoughts, dreams, emotions, and words. Action is energy in motion. 4. The Law of Correspondence. This law states that the principles or laws of physics that explain the physical world, energy, light, vibration, and motion, have their corresponding principles in the spiritual world or etheric. What happens on the inside will reflect the outside. If you are hectic and stressful, your world will be also. If you are in total bliss, the outside world will mirror that bliss. As above, so below. As within, so without. 5. The Law of Cause and Effect. This universal law states that nothing happens by chance or outside the universal laws. Every action has a reaction or consequence. If I am thinking successful thoughts, speaking like I am already successful, feeling like a success, and taking successful actions, the end result will have to be success. We reap what we have sown. 6. The Law of Compensation. This law is the law of cause and effect applied to blessings and abundance that are provided for us. The visible effects of our deeds are given to us in gifts, money, inheritances, friendships, and blessings. The good that we do eventually comes back to us in different forms matching the same energy. If you want to increase your compensation, you must increase the value of your contribution. Do more of what you've been asked, and you will be compensated abundantly. 7. The Law of Attraction. This law demonstrates how we attract the objects, events, and people that come into our lives. Our thoughts, feelings, words, and actions produce energies which in turn attract like energies. Negative energies attract negative energies, and positive energies attract positive energies. 8. The Law of Perpetual Transmutation of Energy. This 8 out of the 14 universal laws is a powerful one. It states that all persons have within them the power to change the conditions in their lives. Higher vibrations consume and transform lower ones. Thus, each of us can change the energies in our lives by understanding the universal laws and applying the principles in such a way as to effect change. At any time, you can switch vibrations from negative to positive. You can always change your conditions. You are never stuck. 9. The Law of Gestation. The Law of Gestation, or also called the Law of Divine Timing, states that everything has its gestational period or time to manifest. Every thought, word, feeling, and action is a seed. Once nourished with enough focus and energy, that seed germinates into life's situations and circumstances. Your desires, goals, and innermost thoughts will manifest in divine timing, and not a moment sooner. 10. The Law of Relativity. This law states that each person will receive a series of challenges, tests of initiation, for the purpose of strengthening the light within. We must consider each of these tests to be an opportunity and remain connected to our hearts when proceeding to solve the problems. This law also teaches us to compare our problems to others' problems and put everything into its proper perspective. No matter how bad we perceive our situation to be, there is always someone who is in a worse position. It is all relative. It is all perspective. 11. The Law of Polarity. This law states that everything is on a continuum and has an opposite. There cannot be hot without cold. There is no up without down. There cannot be extreme negative without extreme positive. We can suppress and disperse of negative thoughts and energy by concentrating on its opposite. If we are negative, we can always switch our vibration to attract positive energy by focusing on the positive. What we focus on expands in our reality. 12. The Law of Rhythm. This law states that everything vibrates and moves to certain rhythms. These rhythms establish seasons, cycles, stages of development, and patterns. Life is a series of ebb and flow. The tide goes out and goes back in again. Each cycle reflects the regularity of God's universe. Masters know how to rise above negative or challenging seasons by never getting too excited or allowing negative things to penetrate their consciousness. They focus solely on what they want, and so their reality reflects just that. 13. The Law of Belief. This law states that whatever we fully believe with thought, emotion, and conviction eventually becomes our reality. We are always creating laws for ourselves based on what we believe to be true. Even if a thing isn't factually true, our belief will make it so. As Jesus said, "It is done unto you as you have believed." 14. The Law of Gender. This last out of the 14 universal laws states that everything has its masculine, yang, and feminine, yin, principles, and that these are the basis for all creation. The spiritual initiate must balance the masculine and feminine energies within herself or himself to become a master and a true co-creator with God. Master these laws, and you'll become a master manifester and a deliberate co-creator of the physical world.
Thank you for taking the time to listen to this episode. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, we'd really appreciate it if you could leave us a 5-star review on iTunes or Stitcher. If you would like to connect with us, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Simply Sales Podcast. Alternatively, you can head over to the website simplysalespodcast.com.